Are you, John, ready for the potential of the New Jersey, Camden, Philadelphia 76ers?
I am.
So the state of New Jersey is in quote an aggressive push to have the Sixers relocate. Obviously, there's talks about the arena downtown. They're going to vacate the Wells Fargo Center at some point. The city of Camden and the state of New Jersey is in a pretty aggressive push to have the Sixers relocate instead of to the city location, to move to Camden. And the Sixers said, quote, that they're taking these all of these proposals very seriously. Now, I don't know if that means that it ends up being a Camden, Jersey, Philadelphia 76ers, but we know that their practice facility is already there. Phil Murphy, the governor of New Jersey, is kind of spearheading this drive. It makes a lot of sense for Jersey. You're going to get a lot of income-driven revenue from the Sixers moving, a professional team moving to an arena in your state. I'm curious your thoughts on this, because I know it's going to be great for people in South Jersey. It's going to be more difficult for people that live perhaps in the suburbs of Philadelphia. But curious your thoughts on a potential move to Camden.
Yeah, it is smart by the state. And it's great for the 76ers for ownership, because now they have the state of New Jersey that's willing to build an arena for them, or it'll be privately financed. Josh Harris and company, they're going to pay for it, but you're talking about tax write-offs and things like that. You're kind of getting into the weeds with a lot of this stuff, but really there's a lot of incentive for the Sixers to do it. But ultimately, I think they'll end back up in Philly with a new arena, but this gives them ultimate leverage, because now it puts Philadelphia on the clock, and they better get their act together, because people can whine and bitch and complain. I'll stop paying attention. I won't be a Sixers fan or whatever. It doesn't matter to me if they're over the bridge or they're in South Philly. I would rather they stay in South Philly. They want a center city location. They want a downtown location, which I totally understand from an ownership standpoint. I won't go to games there. It's a logistical nightmare. I have young kids taking public transportation to a game. Like, I'd rather just be able to drive to South Philly. I don't really want to go to a game anyway. So, I think people will be mad. Will be mad as hell at Josh Harris, and I don't think he cares, because this will increase his franchise value to even billions more. But ultimately, I think it ends up in Center City. You're going to be the mayor that's on duty when the 76ers leave the state and the city to go to New Jersey. Like, no. So the governor, Josh Shapiro, has already been on record. Sixers aren't leaving. Mayor Parker, they better get their act together. They better figure it out, because they will leave. If they don't get a stadium and they don't get enough incentive to do it, why wouldn't you go across the river?
Well, and there's a connection between the Harris-Blitzer, HBSE organization with the state of Jersey, right? Yeah. Because their ownership group is part of the Devils, and they have ownership stake in the NHL. They have the Prudential Center, so they know what's at stake to operate with the state of New Jersey and the state legislators and things like that. But I agree with you. I think that this is an ultimate bargaining chip for the Sixers to say, hey, look at this. We have an opportunity. You figure something out.
It's leverage. It's it's like what's going on with Kansas City right now, where you have the state of Kansas that is bidding to build a new stadium for the Chiefs, right? They want them to go across state lines. So, Chiefs kind of sit back and say, like, all right, well, listen, we'll work this out. Yeah, you always, much with everything, you rather have options. So it's good. Now, as a proud Ben Salem guy and Pennsylvania guy, would you be so offended that you wouldn't go across the bridge to watch a game?
No, listen, my allegiances are with the team that I root for. I don't particularly like the Harris ownership group, because I think that they are, and I can't, and I'm gonna preface this by saying this: I can't fault the guy and the group for wanting to make money. Right? As a businessman, you want to make your money. As a business group, you want to make your money. I can't fault them for saying, hey, there's an opportunity to potentially, make billions on our investment in the long run. But I think that there is a feel of like complacency within the construct of winning. Like, Jeffrey Lurie wants the Eagles to win. John Middleton desperately wants the Phillies to win. I don't feel that with the Sixers organization. So there's a fandom in me that's like, hey, can we prioritize winning, and they have, right? They've brought in Jimmy Butler. They now have Paul George. Joel Embiid's a franchise player, but to an extent of this feels like a money move as opposed to a team move. But no, my allegiances are to the team that I root for.
So you would go to games in Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I go to Camden for concerts already. So I'm
and
not.
That's no fun. I hate.
I'm not.
It's the worst.
Do I love the idea? Is it my favorite idea? It's not, but I would still go. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I'd rather them be in Philly and they could work something out. I'd go to Camden before I went to Center City. That's for sure. And I'm not even against the Center City plan. I don't care. Like put your arena wherever you want to go to. And I'll say this: there's just not a connection with Joshua Harris. He's a mercenary. He's not from the area.
Right.
We don't feel like Jeffrey Lurie won us over, and he's a really good owner. They spend enough money to win. Now it's up to the players and management to try to win it.